Welcome to Paul and Andy's podcast, and my name's Paul Leather, and my friend's name across the microphone is Andy Breer.
Hello.
People probably wonder where we are and why we're doing this and where we're doing it.
Yeah.
And we're sitting in your beautiful house.
Yes.
It's when I say beautiful, it's beautifully painted. It's nice colours.
Yes.
It's muted. It's very Farrow and Ball, isn't it? Is it Farrow and Ball?
Well, that would be advertising.
It would be. Let's hope we get a whole truckload of Farrow and Ball paints there. This is, I think, number 6, and at some point we'll consider putting them up where people can actually listen to them.
That'd be a good idea.
To set the scene, we meet up occasionally, and we have a lunch, a modest lunch. Today it was croque monsieur at a local cafe in Plymouth. And
Yeah.
very nice,
It
wasn't it?
was, yes, very welcome. We were both hungry, though, weren't we?
We were hungry, and now we've got, what do we call it, carbo lag.
Something
Well, we
like
might
that.
just doze off halfway through this. But before we do, we start
Yes.
off our podcast with a bit of a rant. It's not that we're miserable people. We're just old. In fact, the title of our podcast is Grey Matters, because I suppose we're both turning a bit grey, and we like to make excuses for how we are and say it doesn't really matter that things don't work right, does it? Yes, it does. It does.
It doesn't. It really doesn't.
Well, okay. Well, this doesn't matter at all. We'll just do it for 5 minutes, and then I'll ring the bell, or in this case, the spoon and glass, because I was in the shower. You'll be pleased to know. And,
It's that time of year again, is it?
Is that, yeah? It's the equinox.
Yeah.
One of the things that really surprises me is how poorly things are labelled. So I've got here in front of me. I won't mention the name just in case we do get sued. If anyone ever does hear this, it's I've bought it believing it to be a conditioner and shampoo thing. But actually, when you get in the shower and you're not quite sure and you're fertling around trying to work out where is it, it doesn't say it. But I mean, I'll put it to you. Could you see with your very good eyes and your very focals? It's not obvious, is it? So you can end up putting on the conditioner before you put on the shampoo, which is really irritating.
Right.
So my rant is really, manufacturers, why would you have a lovely big area to play with and put in really tiny writing 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner? Why would you not have that in as big a writing as the name of the shampoo?
So you buy the wrong thing, and then you have to go and buy another one. So you've actually bought 2 products rather than 1. So from a marketing point of view, it's genius.
So you're saying that it's a conspiracy to make me buy more products?
Yeah, because you might buy that thinking it's one or the other, get home and think, oh no, it's not, it's the other one rather than the one that I wanted. So then you go back to the shop and buy another one. So you bought 2 of their products rather than 1, and they both probably look exactly the same.
I've got pretty good eyes, but when I'm in
No, you haven't.
Well, I've got glasses.
You're in denial.
I'm in the shower, not denial. But in denial or the shower,
Yes.
it says here, strengthens and moisturises for up to 10 times more resilient hair. Well, I'm not going to know that because I can't see, because that is 2-point font, something
I
like
can't
that.
even read that from here.
You've got your glasses on.
I've got my glasses on.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I find it odd that they don't build it. I want to know in big letters what it is. Ketchup, I want to be able to see that it's chili sauce. I want to be able to see, like this one over here. This is a supermarket brand of suntan lotion. Nowhere does it say suntan lotion. It's got the brand name, in this case Soleil, which means sun in French, doesn't it?
Yeah,
you all know that.
The clue's there, I think.
Okay, but then there's a big 50, so I know that's good.
Factor 50.
I guess I know
what
it's a
else
factor
can it
50.
be?
Well, it could just say suntan lotion. It says water repellent, but okay, I'll give up with that one. All right, here's one that I had. Here's one that
I was just
I
about to
took a
say,
picture, yeah.
just to ease your, your shampoo conditioner thing. This is why they come up with, do you take 2 bottles into the shower? so, for people like you who can't read. And the other thing to do is what my other half suggested, and which I occasionally do, is wear my glasses in the shower, because then you get clean glasses and you can see what you're putting on your hair. So
Okay.
try that.
Okay.
Give it a go.
I like it.
And then, it's not a perfect world, Paul,
Mm.
but try it. There are always there are always workarounds these problems.
Actually, I always said if I won the lottery,
Yes.
which would be a miracle because I don't always do it, if I won the lottery, I would employ a man or woman to accompany me all the time just to clean my glasses. Because I find one of the most... You look through the glass, you think, this, I can't... and you take them off and you look at them. Smudgeville, Arizona. And you want to... Yeah, so to actually be able to pass them over...
Yeah.
Well, here, let me take that for you, sir.
Yeah.
Give you the buffing. Here we are. Give you the buffing. There we are. Love it. Can you say, marvellous. Thank you very much.
Is this after your wife declined the role?
Thanks very much, but no thanks. I'd rather not. No, my wife, bless her, is she's responsible for finding things.
Right, yes.
Do you lose things, Andy?
Yes, but women are brilliant at finding them.
What do you lose, Andy, apart from your temper?
My sense of reason, quite often, marbles.
Glasses, car keys, wallets.
I'm getting better, actually, because I've decided that it's very easy just to get old and then think, oh yeah, I lose stuff because I'm getting old. But I think I just try and make life less complicated now, so I don't have lots of keys, and I don't have stuff that I keep things in one place, rather than sort of putting things down and forgetting where they are. I try not to do that. So if you do that in the first place, you're less likely to lose things. So it's called taking responsibility.
Oh, you virtuous bastard! Listen, I bought a drill, one of those cordless drills, a small one. I'm really pleased with it. I won't advertise what it is. Works, but it's
what for? What did you buy it for?
What do you buy drills for?
Well, no, but what did you have a project you're doing or something? Or...
Yes, drilling holes.
Yes, I know, but for what?
For all sorts of things, Andy.
Oh, right, okay.
You don't just buy it as a one-off.
Yeah, I know. I thought you.
It's a very expensive way of doing DIY.
I bought myself a new drill because I was doing X, Y, or Z.
It was actually, I wanted it more as a screwdriver, but a nice handheld one. So I could use my drill to drill the hole, and I could use my little screwdriver. Anyway, that's besides the point, because they may well have had small writing on it, which may well have irritated me.
Yeah.
But what they...
Oh, you didn't buy a vibrator.
What they did have was a diagram, which I will show you, and you see if you can interpret that diagram.
Right.
Maybe describe it for the listener.
Okay. Paul just handed me a photocopied piece of paper with which looks like it's got a drawing on it of a woman's head outline facing from left to right in profile, and then what looks like a gun, but it's, I would imagine now you've told me, it is the drill with a big arrow above it, and the drill is pointing at her face like a gun, and then there's a big arrow. So it's basically, don't drill people's heads.
I think you'll find it's a cross, which is rather crucial.
Oh, what did I say? An arrow?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, cross.
Yeah.
And the arrow.
In other words, don't stick your drill in your eye.
Yeah,
it's bad for you.
Or, don't drill people's heads, which was a common practice back in the day.
In fact, they ought to introduce it.
So I think no trepanning is that.
Is that what it was? Trepanning?
Yeah, trepanning. It was drilling the head to
relieve the pressure so that you didn't go mad.
Yeah.
And made me furious if somebody drilled my head.
Well, it was common practice, so I think that is a no trepanning advice leaflet with your drill.
Well, thank you very much, Professor.
You didn't buy it for that reason, did you?
I know, but now I know I could use it for that. I might relieve some of the boredom that I don't have and drill a hole in my head. But thank you, Professor Breer, for that history lesson.
No, it's fine.
Do you know about other methods of torture, or is it just the one?
It wasn't torture. It was to relieve stress. They genuinely thought back in the day that people's stress, anxiety, misery was caused by too much pressure in the brain, and by drilling a hole in your skull, that would relieve the pressure, and therefore you would be fine. And I don't know if they had any medical evidence that this worked, but it went on for quite a while. It was a thing.
Keep that noise up! I'm drilling my wife's skull.
Yes.
Did they do?
I don't know.
Lobotomies at the same time?
I don't know.
Well, perhaps
what, 2 for 1 offer?
I'm only here to have my skull drilled. I don't need the full lobotomy. Thank you. Talking about instructions and getting my rant over with.
Mm-hmm.
We bought a new car. It's not brand new, it's a few years old.
Yeah,
and
I've seen it. It's very nice.
It's very nice. It's basically German, but with a Spanish flavour to it. So it's a Seat, and so Seat's part of Volkswagen, Audi, Golf, whatever group.
Just cheaper.
It is a bit cheaper, but the book has been written by Germans without any shadow of a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
No disrespect to Germans, I like them. I think they're quite funny people.
Yeah, they are.
Some of them. But I saw every sort of part of the book is so meticulously explained. And I have to almost do it in the German accent. So it would say, Figure 3. This is the lever for to release the boot, but please note, do not stand close to the boot because it could involve danger.
I thought you said you were going to do a German
I'm
accent.
doing it in Russian.
I was going to say, it's more Ukrainian, that was.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh, good. I'll add that to my repertoire. So it's got there's a switch to bring the tow bar swinging out. And it says, do not stand close to the end of the where the tow bar comes out because it will hit your leg.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, make sure when you leave the house, you have an umbrella in case it rains.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is that more German?
Yes, it was a little bit more, yeah.
What do you want to talk about today? Do you just want to rip the Mickey out of my accent?
No. That was very. It was very. What can I say?
Rubbish.
It was more Bulgarian accent, actually.
There's an all-purpose accent that I do that's East European Russian, which is why I went to drama school. You know.
Did you really?
I did, yeah.
And
they didn't teach accents,
didn't they?
No, I did stage management.
Oh right, okay.
They taught you how to build things with drills into your holes and stuff.
All right.
So what do you want to talk about today then? What's on your mind?
Well, what's on my mind is your eyesight, because I think, you told me earlier, you've got how many pairs of glasses? And they're all different?
Well, lots of pairs of glasses, really.
No, but how many?
I keep old ones just in case I lose the new ones. But
I've
got a pair of reading glasses, which I use in bed.
Yeah.
Because it's a better angle to read at than with your varifocals, which I've also got, varifocals, so long distance, middle distance, short distance. And then I was really straining to read the computer screen, and when I next had a checkup, the optician said, are you having any problems? And I said, well, the laptop is very... She said, I can solve this, you need some occupational glasses. Now, they strip out the long distance and give you much more of the middle distance.
Right.
And some... reading glasses as well, and they have changed my life in terms of using a laptop. So I have 3 pairs of glasses.
You're going to end up like that guy on the repair shop that's got all those pairs of glasses on his head because you don't know which ones you're going to use.
Well, I'll tell you what,
that's too complicated.
To help keep them there, you could drill a hole in my head and put a little,
a little
hook.
Yes, well, sort of faux nez.
It's one of those. It's one of those. It's very French today, isn't it?
Yeah.
The thing is with glasses that you don't want to have them, and you don't want to have anything that as you get older you need to make life better. Hearing aids, glasses, a walking stick. I don't know, an au pair. You really don't. A carer. You don't want any of these things. You want to be able to deal with it, and then you get to the point where you have to
surrender.
And you surrender, and you go, oh, I can see.
Yeah.
Or in your case, you were telling me, I can hear.
Yeah, I bought
this. You tell me about this device.
I bought this because now the NHS has stopped syringing or clearing your ears out. You get build-up of wax in your ears, and back in the day, every 6 months a year, I used to go and see the nurse at the local GP surgery, and they used to get a little machine, squirt water in your ear, and all this wax would come out, and you can hear brilliantly. And then you go and repeat in another 6 months, or when your ears get clogged. Anyway, the NHS has stopped doing that now, and some places do still do it, but they're few and far between. But now you've got to go to the high street. So places like Specsavers do it, and I think Boots do it as well. But it costs 60 quid to have your ear...
60 quid?
Yeah, to have your earwax removed.
For both ears?
Yes. They suck it out now with a high pressure suction thing. And I thought, well, why can't I get one of those little machines that the nurse has? You fill a reservoir with water, you press start, and it squirts water in your ear. High pressure, but not too high.
This is dangerous, isn't it?
No, it's not. How can it be dangerous? The NHS used to do it to people all the time. It's not dangerous.
Well, they used to drill holes in people's heads all the time.
That was a long time ago, and it was never available on the NHS as far as I'm concerned. So I was online, and I found this machine that is basically just like it. So you fill it up with water. It's got a little attachment on the end. You stick it in your ear, and you press go, and it squirts water in your ear, and it cleans your ear out. And so I did it, and it's fantastic. And so, I'm now syringing my own ears quite successfully, no pain, and it's just amazing. So I think more and more people, it's already happening with dentistry. You hear people that can't get an NHS dentist because, they're as rare as hen's teeth. So people are doing their own dentistry, with glue and stuff like that, and
that's where my drill's going to come in.
Well, exactly. You should have bought yourself a better one with a dental attachment. Dental attachment.
This is, and I could have swatched
if you want your ears doing, I'll do them for you.
And I could borrow your water pistol thing.
Yeah.
And you could sloosh out the fillings that I will need.
Yeah.
But how are we going to fill our teeth?
Oh, it's easy. Just get some of that...
Araldite.
No, that car compound for filling cars, that are rusted.
In metallic red.
Well, no, it's usually white.
Is it?
Yeah, you can buy it white, and then you can just harden that off with a UV light or something.
This is going to happen, isn't it? Because
people are already doing it.
The dentist industry has completely... so the industry is kind of doing well, I should imagine. But national health dentistry is just... doesn't exist. It'd be like medieval times when people had wooden teeth.
Yeah, and the thing is that a lot of people recently have concentrated on getting their teeth looking nice. So cosmetic dentistry is just the thing. What people aren't so great on is thinking, I think I've got a filling that needs doing, and because they can't see the results of it. It doesn't make their teeth look nicer. It just means they're not in so much pain. So people are quite prepared to bodge their own fillings, make the pain go away, rather than spend a few £100 at the dentist getting it properly done. But when it comes to teeth whitening, they'll happily pay thousands of pounds to a dentist to go and get their teeth whitened.
Well, you say this, and I take your point that you're making, but the vast majority of ordinary people, let's say people that live, on a lower income, are never going to be able to go to the dentist because they can't find one.
No.
And when they go, if they find one, they've still got to pay a lot of money.
Yeah. Because
I'm a national health patient for dentistry.
Yeah.
And I was asked to go to a hygienist, and I get that. Hygiene's more important than... If you get the hygiene right, you don't need to have a dentist fill your teeth, do you?
Yeah.
And it was £80 to have my teeth properly inspected, looked at.
Well, it's basically £80 to have your teeth cleaned. Yeah. So it's £60 to have your ears cleaned, £80 to have your teeth cleaned. So, and I was thinking, isn't it weird? Because I saw online the other day, somebody posted a thing on social media that said a picture of an old black and white television and said, do you remember back in the day when we used to rent our television? People wouldn't believe you now.
No, we did in our house.
We did when we were students.
The company was called Robinson Rentals.
Yeah, well, there was Radio Rentals and Rediffusion and all those, weren't there? Yeah. I'm just thinking, isn't it weird now though that people have got probably 4 or 5 TVs in their house that they own, but they rent their car, they rent their phone, they rent their ear cleaning, they rent their dental plan, as it were. We rent everything. If you think about it, people rent their cars. They'll buy a car on the Never Never, which isn't a Never Never because you never own the car, do you? People say, I'll buy a car, and then in 2 years' time they get it back and they get a new deal, and they're paying £500 a month for a car or 250
quid. But that's the only way that
I know
ordinary people can actually do that.
This is what we used to think about televisions, and look where that went.
It could be. It was called HP, wasn't it? Getting it on tick. So you'd have a washing machine, or you'd have in those days a twinter probably.
But what about phones? That people, and I just think there's this thing about signing you into commitment, like a phone contract. There are young kids walking around. They're spending £50 a month just on their phone, And you think, well, hang on a minute, that's a lot of money.
No,
That's 600 odd quid a year.
I only change my phone when I can afford to change it, and I'm limping along at the moment with the port that you jack in to charge it. It's broken.
That's the first thing to go.
Have it repaired, they've got to send it away because it has to be micro soldered because it's soldered into the main circuit board. So this particular company in question, Samsung, have made a bit of a faux pas, haven't they, to do that, or have they? Because it means that now I'm going, well, it's going to cost 75 quid. I'll be without my phone for a week.
I might as
really
well
buy a new phone
for the money I'm going to spend.
But 700, 800, 900 quid, or if you get them second hand, 400, 500. It's a lot of money, isn't it?
It is, and then it's not just the phone; it's the contract that you're on then afterwards for calls and data and all that, which I just really don't understand.
I'm on SIM only. You put your card in, you pay £12 a month, or whatever.
I'm of the generation when people say to me, "Oh yeah, it's a good deal. It's 2 gig of data." I'm thinking, is that good? I don't know. I don't know how much that is.
What is this gig you speak of?
I don't know. I really don't know. If somebody says to me a car, it's a really nice car, it does 130 miles an hour, I think, well, that's quite quick. Yeah. But if they said, oh, it's got 3 gig of memory, I'm thinking, well, is that good for a car or is it bad? I have no idea.
Well, you bring me on to another subject, which is one of my pet foibles, is that we are always being sold things that actually, when we stop and think for a moment, we probably don't need.
No, there's a lot of stuff like that going on at the moment. A lot of stuff like that. And the stuff we do need, we can't get.
What, like teeth?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, if you've just joined us, this is Paul and Andy's podcast. It's called Grey Matters, and it's where two 60-year-old-ish people sit across a table and just talk, really, and about things that annoy us or things that we get excited about. And there's a lot to be excited about. We've spent 20 minutes having a go about teeth and small print and blah, blah, blah. But what do we want to celebrate in the last bit of the podcast?
Oh, that's a difficult question, isn't it? Being alive, that's quite good still. Better than the alternative.
It depends on your philosophy or your faith, doesn't it?
Well, I suppose it does, yeah. But, I'm willing to go with the, belief.
Staying alive?
Yeah, staying alive is kind of my main objective.
It's your main single by the Bee Gees?
It is indeed. And prophetic, weren't they?